Donald Trump landed in Scotland on Friday morning on a previously planned trip to his golf course, and he tweeted, "Just arrived in Scotland. Place is going wild over the view. They took their country back just like we will take America back. No games." Here to discuss her candidate and recent events, Trump spokesperson Katrina Pearson. Katrina, thank you so much for being here. I was surprised when he got off that helicopter on Friday morning with the whole world watching. And immediately he began to talk about the resort and not Brexit. Wasn't that a mistake, a missed opportunity to appear presidential?
Not at all. Mr. Trump is not a politician and doesn't take advantage of these types of situations. His sole purpose for being there was to support his son, his family. He did make remarks regarding the Brexit. In fact, he talked about it even prior to going to Scotland. But his sole intention of being there was to support his family.
But the optics seemed awfully unusual, that he was touting the virtue of that course. I mean, look, I'd love to go over there and vacation. I just don't know that he advanced his cause in terms of getting people to support him for president at a critical moment in time, because whether by coincidence or good planning on his part, the eyes of the world were on him.
Well, of course he did. He did mention that it was a really good thing that people took their country back. I mean, you can only expect the workers, the taxpayers of a nation to foot the bill for so long to their own personal detriment before they decide enough is enough. This absolutely supported his cause. He's supporting the exact same thing here at home.
One of the subjects that came up during the press availability was whether his assets should already be in a blind trust. I think we're unaccustomed to the notion that a candidate running for the presidency is still out there doing business. Isn't that a good issue? Shouldn't the assets already be beyond his reach?
Well, no, not at all. When he becomes president, he's already said he's going to put them in a trust and his family will run the business. We look at the Clinton Foundation. I think there's more questions to be asked about that money, where it's coming from and why it's going to Hillary Clinton and the number of amounts that it's going to. We're talking about a golf course, not trade, not agreements from other countries, not uranium deals like the Clinton Foundation had while she was at the State Department. This is simply a golf course. Mr. Trump is still president and CEO of the Trump Organization. He goes to Scotland to support his family, and the media would like to make a big deal out of it, but the fact of the matter is the media also said that this was going to go all the way through the convention. We're not even there yet. Mr. Trump is just getting started.
Well, look, I know the subject to which you refer. I've read Clinton Cash. I've hosted the author on this program on at least 2 occasions. But relative to your candidate, I guess what I'm saying is it seems as if he's using the worldwide attention to sell product and still doing so.
Well, no, not at all. I mean, this is no different than a senator running for office and going back to Washington, D.C. to cast a vote. It's their job. We wanted a businessman. Many people want a businessman in the ring, and we have one now. He's going to continue to run that business until he becomes president of the United States, and his family will take over.
Brexit seemed like an issue that he was unfamiliar with. As recently as Wednesday, let me show you what he had to say.
I'm right in the middle of it. I'll be over there just as it's the decision's coming in. I mean, I don't think anybody should listen to me because I haven't really focused on it very much. But my inclination would be to get out because, go it alone. It's a mess.
So which is it? On Friday, he sounded like he was much more of an authority. As recently as Wednesday, he was saying nobody should listen to me with regard to what I have to say about Brexit.
Well, it's Mr. Trump's instincts for a country to do what's best for its people, and the best people to make that decision is the people, not the ruling class, not the bought and paid for politicians that have made things so badly in the UK, which is exactly what he's talking about here in the United States. Globalism is only good for those who can create mass wealth off of it, and that is the corporations, that's the lobbyists, those are the politicians. And Mr. Trump's instincts are to let the people decide.
But I guess, Katrina, I wonder how sophisticated his knowledge is on these issues when he speaks superficially. Let me give you another example. When he was asked about the declining value of the pound, he answered the question the way that I would as a tourist who, maybe this is unseemly, but when I saw the whole Brexit impact on the market, I thought, geez, maybe this is a good time to go to the UK because my dollar will go much further. Here's what candidate Trump said.
If the pound goes down, they're going to do more business. When the pound goes down, more people are coming to Turnberry, frankly, and the pound has gone down. And let's see what the impact of that has. But I think places like Scotland and England and different places in Great Britain, I think you're going to see a lot of activity.
Now, these folks are worried about the wherewithal of their economy, and he's saying, well, my resort's going to be fine because tourists will be able to come over here and have their dollar go much farther.
Well, that's not actually what he said, but what he did say was spoken like a true businessman. He looked at the silver lining. There's a lot of businesses that are going to benefit from more tourist activity, and I think that's a good thing. The people of the UK decided, look, we know it's going to be a tough road. We're going to have to do all of these things, renegotiate our trade contracts, but we've cut out the middleman, and it might be bumpy up front, but they've done the right thing for them, because at the end of the day, freedom and sovereignty to be removed from all of the restrictions that they've had on their businesses is going to be a good thing for the people.
Katrina, your record remains intact. You gave me not an inch.